Yo, welcome to an episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Hope you guys checked out Money in the Bank here on Friday Night SmackDown. I got an echo going on here. I got to fix that, right? But, man, got some topics I want to get into with you guys before we get started. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, give me feedback. Check out the Reel, check out the Shorts, check out the TikTok, check out all those great things. Check out the Superkick store. Check me out on Table Ladders and Bumps, y'all. Again, some Friday Night SmackDown things, man, that stood out to me is, what are we going to name this Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed group? What should that name be, right? Because, man, they got to have a name. For what they've been doing, I feel like we haven't seen a group be this dominant in a long time. I know we can say the Shield, I know we can say the NWO, but when I look at the pieces of this group, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, along with Seth Rollins, like this group right here is just dominant in a different way. Like the way they just been running shot on SmackDown, Raw, just the go home show, the Money in the Bank, the way they was taking out people, man. Like I said, like these dudes are just a force to be reckoned with, man, and they need a name. Let me know what you guys think the name should be going forward. And you know, you got the people singing Seth Rollins' song. We got the people doing barking for Braun Breaker. We know we gotta get a sound effect for Bronson Reed. So, what is the sound effect for Bronson Reed? No, could he do the tsunami? But I don't know, it should be slash, something like that. No, that don't work. That's horrible, right? But we need a sound effect for Bronson Reed, and we need a name for this group. What do you guys think this name of this group should be, man? Comment below. So we got the Beautiful Badness, Julia, on SmackDown, and I was like, man, her and Stephanie Valkyrie, two big names, internationally known, travel the world wrestling, head over to NXT. Julia shows up first, you know, she probably be the next big thing. Stephanie Valkyrie shows up. I almost feel like she has surpassed Julia. Yeah, I won't say almost. She has, right? So now, looking at Julia, she's on SmackDown. She ain't got the same momentum as Roxanne or Stephanie, you know? And I'm like, man, she's going out, now like she's going after the Women's United States Championship, which I think that might be a good look for her. But what is the ceiling for Julia? I almost want to say she might be the equivalent of Shinsuke Nakamura, right? I think Julia and Shinsuke Nakamura are going to be parallel in their careers, and I think I want more for that. Like, I really think Shinsuke should have won when he won the Rumble, or maybe he could have lost at WrestleMania to AJ Styles, but I think at some point he could have got it back. He could have got AJ Styles when he turned heel and won a championship, you know. Can you see Julia as a world champion for the women? Let me know, man. Comment below. Let's get into the superstar Superkicks of the week. He ain't really got no sneakers. Well, no, he ain't got. Well, we could say Bronson Reed, right? Money in the Bank with the Jordan 4 cement, right? But I want to give it to LA Knight, man. I want to give it to LA Knight. Even though he didn't really have sneakers on, his boots are inspired by sneakers. It's from Jordan 12s. You know, he had the flu game inspired boots. And I'm just spitballing. But to me, I know he's a Jordan fan. His white and black ones remind me of the Concord 11s. So it's just safe to kind of assume that LA Knight had some flu game inspired boots, Jordan 12s, man. If you guys saw that, let me know what you guys think about that. Or if you got another superstar, like I said, Bronson Reed can't do what's in Jordan 4s, y'all. But who you guys got? We could even say Truth. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but we could say Truth. You know, let me know, man. Who you guys got for this week's superstar, the super kicks of the week? Right now, I'm going with LA Knight with the flu game inspired boots. Let's talk about Worlds Collide. Last time I was saying how I was had more excitement. I was anticipating Worlds Collide more than Money in the Bank. You know, I kind of was going in Money in the Bank with low expectations. But I'm like, man, this Worlds Collide is about to be dope. You about to see a different style of wrestling, back and forth, So we get in the Worlds Collide, and I'm like, man, you got Conan trying to give us a little head up, like, yo, this ain't normal American style wrestling. This is luchador, lucha libre. It's fast paced. It's up and going. It's exciting. You're gonna see stuff you guys have never seen before. This ain't what you used to. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is what I'm used to. This is the WWE style of lucha libre. Like, it was slow. It wasn't quick. Like, I've seen faster paced matches on Raw with some of the luchadors, But this was like very like, I think I'm gonna see like just the craziest things, and I wasn't. And maybe I'm just not familiar with AAA. Maybe this is kind of how it is. But I don't know. I just expected more, right? And the combination between Conan and Corey Graves didn't really seem to mesh well. Two different styles. Conan was kind of just very reserved. It didn't really bring the energy like I thought he was going to bring. Corey Graves, on the hand, I can't say nothing but high praise about Corey Graves, man. He always professional with it. He has the knowledge. He breaks it down. Love Corey Graves, man. But the one thing that stood out to me doing Worlds Collide was that Chad Gable might be the best wrestler in WWE. I think it's arguable. I think it's debatable. But like, yo, him in that match against Vikingo, amazing. And I feel like I don't know too many bad Chad Gable matches, really. When I really think about it, like, he be putting on a show, and he's great to pair someone up against. Like, he helps put a spotlight on the other person just by just moves. It was a great match. Like, excuse me, if Worlds Collide was mid, that match with Chad Gable and Vikingo was superb. Like, we talking about stars, we talking about whatever you want to talk about. I'm saying, it was a little messed up or whatever, but man, two dudes that might not have ever wrestled against each other, chemistry not there, they put on the show like amazing. Like, that was straight fire. And like I say, man, I think Chad Gable might be the best wrestler in WWE, man, after watching that. Like, him and Penta was a great match. Him and Gunther, like, him and Sammy, like, he just puts on great matches. No dude to put on great matches too is El Grande Americano. I don't know if they're training together or what, but man, these two guys put on great matches, man, in the WWE, man. If you disagree about Chad Gable being the best wrestler, let me know, man. Alright, we can get the money in the bank now, right? This is what we all paid for. This is all we came to see, right? Like I said, I had a little expectation for Money in the Bank, but I had my two people early on that I was picking to win. For the women, it's going to be Naomi, and for the men, it was going to be LA Knight. Watching the match, we even got like an extra match with Dom and Octagon Jr., and I'm like, all right, whatever. So the people that I thought who was going to win in the other matches won, except for the tag team match, which I get to do to the end. But the women's Money in the Bank match, pretty solid, has the star power, and that's what I do. Like, they hype it up. Oh man, this is the most star-studded women's Money in the Bank ladder match that we've ever had in our life. Blah blah blah. Like, there was some good spots. There was, Booker T was probably going crazy. Booker T probably went crazy at World Collide more so than he did at Money in the Bank. And man, shout out to Stephanie McMahon. 3 matches, 24 hours, doing her thing. She's money. I don't know if there's anyone else that I wanted. I probably would have preferred Chelsea Green to be in this, but if she wasn't going to be in, like I said, I had picked Naomi to win. And like I say, it was a solid match. I enjoyed it all the way through. I'm happy that Naomi won. She's getting the shine that she deserved. You have the best character in the women's division right now, probably in best heel character overall altogether. So totally into that, man. Like, shout out to Naomi. And now going forward, like, it's just open. Landscape is just open. So you can go out to Tiffany Stratton. You can have a match where Jade and Tiffany, collide again for the championship, and then Naomi trying to cash in. You can have Bianca get back to the title picture and win the title, and Naomi cashes in on her. Or you can have the showdown between Bianca, Jade, if one of them had the title in WrestleMania, and Naomi still cashes in at WrestleMania. I'm so happy to possibly see Naomi cash in and get what she deserves, man. She deserves all this shine. Like I say, man, the character, the acting, all this, she's put it in the work, and it's good to see people get that right. What do you guys think about the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match? You guys enjoy it? You guys happy that Naomi win? Did you guys really want Rhea to win? Like I said, I didn't think Rhea deserved the contract. I think Naomi, it was going to be Naomi or Roxanne. Roxanne would have been a good pick too for me as well. A lot of different things you could have did with that, the whole Judgment Day stuff right there going on, brewing right there. But like I say, I'm happy with Naomi winning Money in the Bank. But who did you guys get? Who did you guys have? Let me know. All right, man's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think I want to kick it off and say, man, maybe because it's just recent and just fresh, but this might be the best man's Money in the Bank ladder match that I feel like I've watched. Spots for the most part were okay, but you had, let's say we still need the group name, but we had Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed come down. They started wrecking shop, wreck everybody out. Then they started to look on Solo. Then you get that Jacob Fatu music hit. JC Mateo comes out. They wreck shop against these two. You get the Jacob Fatu turn. Just we know it's been coming. I always say, when someone is kind of using the other person, you always say, oh, he's a big dummy. And like Solo did with Jacob the day before, because it was the same kind of storyline that happened with Damage Control and Bailey, But whatever. We get the turn, Superkick. So I think we're going to get those two at SummerSlam. But we still got, we got Saturday main event next month in July. Could we push that to SummerSlam? That might be a SummerSlam match. We'll see. It's still kind of far away, but maybe they can stretch it out. We'll see what happens with that. But that was cool to see. Some of the spots in there. Mexican Driver. Tiffany is going on in the match. Penta showed out. Andrade shows out as well. Definitely wish Carmelo was in Hayes was in that mug, but we'll see what's going on with him. We get to the ending, and I know a lot of people said, Seth Rollins. And yeah, I get for to have all the power, all the different things, Seth should win Money in the Bank. And I'm not necessarily mad with him winning Money in the Bank. I would have preferred LA Knight to win. I just think that part would have been crazy, especially in LA, and he's had momentum for a very long time, and he's been over for a minute, and it's like, what more does he need to do, So some of us would say, it seemed like they pulled the sugar on people after the fact, months after the fact, when it should have been 6 months ago, And so we get to the end, it's the last two, and I'm like, man, he kind of just falls off and gets stumped, and Seth Rollins wins, and it's so anticlimactic. And I'm like, man, it should have been more to that. I was hoping more of that, especially after feeling the high from Naomi winning, watching Becky and Lyra. That was a great match, and just watching Seth win just was kind of it was done. I wasn't mad at the win. I was just mad how he won, how the ending was, right, for the finish of the match. But what did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy the man's Money in the Bank ladder match? Did you guys want Seth Rollins to win? Did you have some else that you wanted to win? Did you want Andrade to win? Let me know. Let's get into the match that no one really asked for, right? But maybe we are happy that we got it. John Cena, Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, right? Matches is what it is. what I want to get into too is like, I'm really starting to hate matches with Logan Paul in them. Like, the match is set up for the viral moment. And I feel like instead of be just out there having a great wrestling match, it's like, all right, we got to set up this moment. And it got to be something where he has a drone in his hand, or the drone's involved, or some dude's dressed up in a Sprite. I'm not Sprite, but a Prime bottle, or brass knuckles, or just some type of shenanigans to just create the viral moment, right? And I'm just tired of that. Like, man, I just want dude to go out and just wrestle without that. You know, the interest was cool, him coming out with the drone, flying all the way around, but I don't need to see him holding the drone. Then they got to set up and make sure we all set for the suplex, and then he get hit with the frogs, the Uso splash. It's just too much with that. Too much with the viral moment, right? And I get it. It's a business. You trying to get the numbers, you trying to get the views up, but just do what you've been doing, right? And you don't need to do all that. We get to the last few minutes of the match, and I'm like, man, like, chaos is going on. I thought that Seth Rollins was gonna come out, stomp out Jey Uso, try to cash in. Then maybe Punk and Samuel was gonna come out and interfere and prevent that, you know. But we didn't get into that. We get John Cena. He has the belt. He's getting ready to take people out. And we get this mystery dude in a hoodie come out, and it's Truth. You know, to our surprise, we thought this dude was gone. We thought he was fried. It's already been an emotional wrestling week for us. He was gone Sunday. We wake till June 1st week. Wake up to our Truth and say, "Hey man, they ain't renewing my contract. We parting ways." And we are just devastated. And we talking about we want Truth. We chanting it at Monday Night Raw, at Friday Night SmackDown, Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, and we got him. And so it was like, it's been a lot of back and forth on social media or whatever, whether it was a work, whether it was a shoot, or it was planned. And it's like, man, moments like that make me happy to be a wrestling fan. Like, that takes me out of just wanting to just do content and just enjoy wrestling. You know, like, it don't matter. It was like, yo, I like when it isn't predictable. You know, and it wasn't like that. Was so unpredictable. At first, I thought it was Randy Orton at first, you know, but it was Truth, and I'm like, yo, it just clapped. There was moments during that match when I legit clapped and was legit genuinely happy about what I was seeing on the screen, man. Like, and so what did we go for him? He's not going. The Truth is Ron Killings, and that's cool, you know. I was able to get my Ron Cena shirt, you know, missed out on that before. Getting his royalties back, and I saw something like, yo, he came back at R-Truth to build up his real name, so when he's ready to bounce, he has some equity. And it's like, yo, like, that's pretty dope, because like, yeah, when he leaves, they probably own R-Truth. They probably own the alias R-Truth. Now he can go under his real name. He can go to all these different places as his real name, man, and get money that way. So that, if that was part of the deal, or what was it, don't know, but it was smart, and I'm happy for Truth, man. I know you guys are happy for Truth too. Like, it's probably one of the best PLEs this year so far. But man, what did you guys think, man? Did you guys enjoy the last match? Was it a work? Was it a shoot? Doesn't even matter at this point. To me, it don't matter. I enjoyed it, right? But man, that's all I got for this episode of Superkick Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Make sure you guys lie detector. What is the Truth move? Is it lie detector? I don't know what it's called. We're gonna call it lie detector for now. Hit a lie detector on that subscribe button. Make sure you guys like, follow, comment, give me feedback, all those great things, man. Until next time, adios, peace.